All right. Here it goes. This is the very first podcast from the new studio that we put in my apartment. A while back, I was talking to my man Sam here on the phone, and I said, I'm getting a new place. I'm moving to Austin, Texas, and when I do it, we're putting a podcast studio in the apartment. And sure enough, took some time, took a few months, but here we fucking are.
Let's go.
And I am here now in the new studio in Austin, Texas with our first and only two-time guest.
Yes. Connecticut
comedian, Kill Tony's soon-to-be regular, fucking murderer, the great,
yes,
Sam.
You could have kept going. Sam what? Idiot. Sam Hunter. Hi.
What's up? Sam Hunter. And then for the very first time, we got Matt Stu running the operation. We have a producer here.
Yes.
We really went above and beyond on this one. So it's happening right now.
I just want to, producer's a generous
dude, you have an iPad and a mic and a roadcaster and a camera with you. I'd say you're definitely the producer. So holding it the fuck down over there.
Compliment taken.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Dude, so you're coming off a little COVID bout.
Yeah, dude, I absolutely brutalized COVID.
Nice. That's good to hear.
I put in a fucking chokehold, beat the fuck out of it, tables, ladders, and chairs style.
There we go.
I had multiple people telling me that it was going to kill me, and I was like, please.
I was one of those people.
I'm an Irish immigrant, please. Let's see, could never.
I said, you are an unvaccinated fat fuck, and there is 0% chance you're going to beat it if you get it.
An unvaccinated, fat, smoking alcoholic.
And you did fine.
Dude, COVID got in my body and was like, 10 years of cigarette and alcohol abuse. This is horrifying. I don't want to be here
darts
anymore.
for 10 years?
8.
Really?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I like it.
It's a good time?
Yeah, you pointed out in the elevator on the way here that it smelled like cigs.
You did.
Next to a cute lady, dude. That was rude of you
I
to say.
know, it was very... well,
it was rude of you to
say.
say.
You were standing next to, like, there's a lot of very good-looking women in this apartment building, and I just figured that would be the ideal time when you're, you know...
Well, I get it. I've been
eyes.
wearing the same hoodie for, like, since I got COVID, just chilling either at my apartment or my girl, who's not my girl, but is my girl's apartment, and just ripping darts the whole time.
There you go.
I thought I couldn't leave. All I could do was hack darts and fucking bang a fleshlight.
Dude, Sam, I'm shocked the anti-vaxxers haven't got a hold of you. Just as like the poster boy.
Yeah.
You're example A, right? They should be rolling you down Main Street.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Like, if this guy lived, right? Yeah. Maybe I can go on like Anthony Cumia's show or something. Like, look if this fat fuck lived, then you have nothing to worry about.
You're also, there's an important detail that we should bring up, which is you are 26 years old, though.
Yeah, I'm 26, and I'm like, okay.
You're 26 and you're healthy as a horse. Like, you're an athletic fuck. I will give it to you.
Yeah,
you're a big guy.
Remember when we caused a scene? No, I didn't cause a scene. I was on the receiving end of you causing a scene in the Gold's gym I went to.
Yeah.
Remember that? You called me a mega cunt in the Gold's gym.
I did.
Because I told you to stop giving me advice. You tried to keep up with me for 2 days, Joe. That included 2 workouts, 1 night at the bar. We ate the same thing for about 48 hours.
It was not one night at the bar.
It was 1 night at the bar.
It was not one night at the bar.
We went to the gym. We went to the bar. We went to the gym the next day. The whole time you're giving me advice. Because I had you film content for me for like Kill Tony was doing this weight loss challenge.
I'm just really glad that content got to see the light of day and everybody got to enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't even know if they made the TikTok, but
there's a Kill Tony TikTok now?
I heard. Someone was like, I saw you on the Kill Tony TikTok. And I was like, thanks for tagging me.
There we go.
Whoever's making that. Yeah, and the whole time you're giving me advice. And the whole time I'm like, dude, I played sports for 16 years. I've been in the gym since I was 12. I know what I'm doing. And you're like, every time you'd be like, okay, if you know what you're doing, then why do I have abs and you're fat? And I would go, Joe,
that's a great point.
I see your point. That is a good point.
It's a great point.
I'm trying to tell you, I am a fucking freak. I shouldn't be this fat and capable to do what I'm doing. I understand. But you wouldn't listen. Eventually, it was leg day. You told me, like, dude, you got to go squat. And I was like, dude, I don't have the lower back strength. My hips are too tight.
Dude,
I haven't squatted in 4 years. I could hurt myself.
You probably
could.
Can
you stop giving me advice? And you're like,
it wasn't advice saying you should squat is
you
not what I would...
You said literally multiple times you should
advice.
Squat. And then I had to be like, dude, I cannot wait until you're done giving me fucking advice. And you said I was ungrateful and being a mega cunt.
I had been filming you for an hour at this point.
And there was people in the gym looking at us like, what is these 2 lesbians are about to make out in front of us right now? Now, we both go our separate ways. We finish the workout. We go in the sauna. We kiss. We're friends again.
We met a lovely woman in the sauna too.
That is true. I haven't seen her since.
Really?
Yeah. She seemed like a nice lady.
We should go to the float spa that she invited us to. Just show up 3 months later.
Yeah, like remember we met at a Gold's Gym.
We met in
October.
Said come float, get a massage.
Yeah, true.
Sounds great.
Does sound great.
But what happened when we got home?
So we got back. You jump in the shower. I go outside to smoke a cig, as I do. And as I'm finishing up my cig, I hear you come out and you go, Sam. And I had to hear, I was on my porch. I had to listen through the door. You were like, yeah, Sam. You were calling for help. Dude, and you were rolling on the ground with uncontrollable back spasms.
It was brutal.
Because you couldn't keep up with me for 48 hours,
we were going to have to bring me to
Joe.
the IR.
Yeah.
It was insane.
This whole time you were like, Sam, I'm in shape and you're fat.
Dude, so
why won't you listen to me? And then I'm ready to bring you to urgent care when we come back from the gym.
Well, I couldn't have set myself up more for disaster that night. I mean, I went out that night with you and we got hammered. Came back to your place, didn't drink any water before I went to bed. Then I slept on your floor.
Yeah.
I woke up on the floor. I got up. I went to fucking Gold's Gym with you. And I, again, didn't drink any water at the gym, hit the sauna, was like, I'm fine. And then I came back and, dude, I had a back attack.
Back attack.
It was like I was seized by my back.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. So the combination of you trying to tell me what to do in the gym for 2 days, which is also combined with the year straight we did open mics together and you just calling me fat every single night. I finally got my fucking redemption. It felt so nice.
Your redemption when we were doing open mics was, but Sam's making it sound like I fucking.
You're so mean to me.
Like
dude.
I just bully you every day. You're so goddamn mean to me. You and Chris Sear would just bully me when I started comedy in Connecticut.
Yes.
And I just had to tolerate it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I got that big dick energy, dude, you know? And
yeah, me and Chris forged you into a man. Before you were a puddle of shit being like, why is no one listening to me?
Do fat guys get a bully pass?
A bully pass? No.
I think they do.
I feel like you do.
No.
Because you for sure have been bullied. So I feel like...
I've been bullied.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like you get a pass.
No. People don't like it.
Yeah, well...
Because it's weird to be a bully when you're bigger than everybody. I feel like small guys get a bully pass because they have to play mind games. I would literally just go to someone and be like, dude, I'll fuck you up. And they're like, why are you mean to me?
You guys remember the bagel boss guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's...
Yeah, he made a career out of it.
Yeah, he got a pass.
He get a pat. Yeah, he's some short walk.
Dude, honestly, I think in media, everybody that's a bully is sort of like a fat, like the O'Doyles. What movie were the O'Doyles from? O'Doyle Rules?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. Fat family.
True.
Okay, so I'm sure
what an astute observation.
I'm sure our listeners are thinking to themselves right now, why would Sam be going to the gym? I mean, there's got to be some reason that you went, and it was the Kill Tony weight.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm fucking around. I love it.
That was nice.
Yeah.
See how mean he is to me? He's gonna say that I'm a mean guy and I'm a bully, and he just brings me on here and shit all over me. I put together that lamp.
Do you guys want to go through some of the... I couldn't find the TikTok, but I have your weight loss challenge. They have all the highlights on YouTube.
We're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting...
Comments, that's all I'm
is
saying.
It updated? Oh, I want to know the comments.
So how many views do you think it has?
Oh, I don't know. The first month we did it got 15K.
Okay, so this one's sitting at 16K.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, shit.
That 1 month,
1,000 more.
16K. So... Sam, this is what I was getting at. The Kill Tony weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
What was the deal with that? How did that happen? How did it go down?
When I first got down here, Paul Cyphers, who I knew from New England, he just showed me how to sign up for Kill Tony. Mm-hmm. I go there, I'm wearing what I'm wearing now, essentially. I'm wearing gym shorts and a shirt that no longer fits me because I was on the road I didn't have a place to live for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So all I was doing was driving and eating fast food because I didn't have a kitchen or anything. And I was getting crushed. I was getting fucked up every night. This was my first time in Austin. So I just go down to 6th Street.
I've lived the last week.
Yeah, watch
day.
a blues band, black out, take an Uber back to an Airbnb with a Mexican family singing in Spanish in the kitchen, and I'm just Anne Franking it in the guest room. So yeah, fat as shit. I go up, I do a fine minute. It's not great. I was visibly nervous.
Yeah.
The interview, they were just calling me fat, which I knew was Of course, they're going to do that. This dude, Trey Pack, goes on later. He goes on last. And then Tony brings us both back up to be like, let's do a weight loss challenge. And I'm like, okay, fine. We go back in the next week. We weigh in. That's it. We have a month to try and lose weight. And I took it very seriously. Like, very serious. Like, I was really stressed out.
Yeah.
The whole time. And I had comics, like, fucking with me to be like, dude, Trey's running, like, 3 miles a day. Like, I hope you're fucking ready. And I'm, like, shitting my pants. I'm like,
Was he doing any of that shit?
No, he said he cut out soda.
And he dropped like 20 pounds from cutting out soda.
Apparently, yeah. I don't drink soda anyway, but I went from like steadily on fast food and like getting blacked out to not drinking, eating like 1,700 calories, gym 4 or 5 times a week, 2 gallons of water a day minimum.
The 4 days that I was at your house, we drank every single day.
Okay, so if there's 28 days, I drank 5 days out of the 28.
4 of them were with me.
Yes. And 5 out of 28 for me might as well be going to fucking rehab.
Yeah.
You know?
I only say you drank on those days because we got historically fucked up those couple days.
That you were like switching to seltzers more, like trying to keep the calories low?
Well, when we went out, it was just tequila and soda.
Okay,
I wouldn't do anything else.
That's
yeah.
responsible.
Yeah. I was taking it super seriously, and it's like giving me crazy anxiety. So we go to weigh in, and I'm trying to dehydrate myself a little bit to try and lose some water weight because there's money at stake.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really do it for the money. I just wanted more stage time, but there was money at stake. I had Red Band's girlfriend messaging me like 2 nights before being like, you got this. I heard Trey hasn't done shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go. I'm about to get paid. I'm about to get some stage time. I'm about to get some head. Whatever benefits I can reap, I'm going to because I worked my ass off.
By the way, I just thought in my head, I'm like, some of the people that listen to this have no idea what Kill Tony is. Sam, you explain it. Go for it.
It's a live podcast. Tony Hinchcliffe is a comic. It's a live podcast. They pull names out of a bucket. A bunch of comics are waiting to go on. They don't know when they're going to go on. They go up, do a minute of stand-up. Then Tony interviews them in front of a live audience. That's pretty much the show. It gets like 250,000 views on YouTube a week, more downloads like audibly and all that shit. It's a very big podcast.
You're like first week here in Austin.
My first time signing up, yeah.
That's awesome.
So leading up to it, I'm dehydrating myself to try and like cut corners in the back end, right?
Yeah,
to, like,
that's what everybody does. That's the wrestler move.
And so my fitness consultant, G-Baby, who he played D1 football, then he lost like 90 pounds in like 4 months. And he knows me. I was the best man at his wedding. Like, he knows like my lifestyle and everything. So he was helping me the whole time. Mm-hmm. And he was like, dude, I think you're going to win. And I know you're going to want to drink afterwards. Mm-hmm. So once you weigh in, make sure you're eating like a simple sugar so you don't pass out or throw up.
Got it.
Basically. Because I was so dehydrated. So I had Swedish fish on me. He was like, marathon runners eat like Skittles, Swedish fish, shit like that. So I got Swedish fish before I went, like on the way there.
Yeah, like Marshawn Lynch supposedly used to eat Skittles before games because it's just basic calories.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we get there. We're waiting for the show. Trey and I don't know when we're going to go up. We're kind of just standing around waiting. We're both nervous. Trey admitted to me that he thought he said he wouldn't be surprised if he gained weight, is what he told me before we went on the scale. So I'm like, dude, this is in the fucking bag. I want to know who the guest is. They introduced Tony, introduced Red Band, the band, all that shit. Who's the guest? Ron White. Legendary comic, right? Yeah. One of like the 2 comics my dad actually knows. So I was about to text my dad to be like, dude, I'm about to be on stage with motherfucking Ron White. Luckily I didn't. We go on. Trey gets on the scale. He loses like 23 pounds.
Which is a ton.
It's a lot of weight, for sure. Yeah. That's a lot of weight. And I'm like, okay, that's respectable. Oh, no. I go on first. And I'm like, I must have lost like 30 pounds. Like, I went so hard.
Yeah. And I can attest, too, that like the days that I stayed with you, although you did drink, you drank white tequila the whole time.
Silver, yeah.
We were going to the gym for an hour and a half every day.
Sauna.
Then going to the sauna. You were crushing weights, jiggling tits, doing your thing, dude. The amount of food that you ate was... I tried to do it for one day and I couldn't handle it.
It sucked.
It was too little food.
It was like a shit month. Like, that's how much work I put into it.
Were you looking at a certain calorie intake, or did you
around 1,700 calories?
1,700.
And I would try to eat it in one sitting, like fasting for like 23 and a half hours a day. And then when you do eat, it's just like eggs, turkey burger patties, kale, blueberry, pineapple. Like, you have to eat 1,700 calories worth of that.
The pain in your voice right now,
dude. I never want to do it again. No. So I step on the scale. And apparently, I gained 30 pounds.
which was brutal. And
according to the scale, I gained
so my
28
dad knew
pounds.
that you were going to be on the show.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
It was like being live streamed on YouTube, and I was like, Dad, you want to watch Sam weigh in on this challenge? And I sort of explained it to him. And then my mom and my sister walked in, and my sister was crying, laughing when they were roasting
it was hilarious.
Yeah. You gained 36 pounds, allegedly, which, by the way, is complete bullshit.
It's insane.
That scale did not work because I was with you, and you noticeably looked skinnier, like, at the end of those few days.
Right.
Like, you noticeably dropped pounds.
Yeah.
No one could gain 36 pounds doing what you're doing.
If I tried to gain 28 pounds in 28 days, it'd be difficult. Like, if I made an effort to do so. But, like, Tony and Red Band don't know that. They're not nutritionists. They're not fucking doctors. They're just like, they think it's hilarious that I joined. So I'm on stage. I'm in shock on stage. I look at Ron White, who is my dad's favorite comic. He is so stoned, and he's just looking at me speechless at the idea that a fat open micer in Texas joined a weight loss competition and then gained 28 pounds. And I'm trying to plead my case. I'm like, no, God, no. There's no way this is happening. Something's fucked up. I even bring you up that I fucking buried you in the gym. I didn't do a good job telling the story because I was in an absolute blender. And
you were swirling.
I was crab swirling.
You were having a tough time.
I was having a Shane Gillis crab swirl for sure. And now I'm trying to state my case like this is not true. There's no way this is fucking happening. As I leave the stage, I pick up a bag of Swedish fish because I was going to eat that after I weighed in.
Well,
because so I wasn't going to pass out, but to the crowd.
Right after
Tony,
you weighed in, you just took out these Swedish fish and you start eating them on stage.
I didn't.
No.
I just pulled them up because I was too embarrassed
to
eat them. I did the second time I weighed in, I was eating them on stage for the bit, but like.
That's funny.
I was trying to be like, no, please God, this is not true. I didn't gain weight. I worked hard. And then a bag of candy falls out of my pants in front of Ron White, and 300 people are just having the fucking time of their lives.
I was
at
one
this
of those,
idea.
I was there.
Yeah.
The pop from when those Swedish fish fell out of your pop. I've never heard laughter. I mean, you can't write that.
Yeah.
Because I know you were trying to hide the Swedish fish.
No, I was ready to showcase it and be like, this is my reward. But everyone's like, that dude gained 30 pounds and I was going to eat candy in front of us.
It's a tough time to be caught with Swedish fish.
Yeah, dude. Like, everything went wrong. I remember calling, I don't know if it was you or Jesse the next day, and I was like, every single thing went wrong. I couldn't sleep for like 2 days.
But dude,
I was like,
the meltdown that you had up there though was just, it's so hard on a TV, on a show like that where they're pulling up 8 to 10 people a week to be a person that people remember, right? Because there's just so many faces coming in and out. It's hard to remember who went up and who did well.
Right.
Everybody that watched that episode is going to remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody. Like, you're baked into everybody's brains. So that's fucking huge.
Yes, yeah. It was nice. And to do that on a big platform. What was cool was after that episode dropped, I had people on the Reddit doing like conspiracy things where they would post like a before and after and be like, what do we think? And like mad people weighed in on it. That was pretty cool. A lot of comments in the beginning were like, dude, this guy, what a fat bitch this guy is.
Yeah.
What a fat fucking bitch he is. With some people being like, I don't know, he looks better, like something's wrong. I go on the next week. I try to state my case. They don't believe me. I go on the scale again. It's revealed I gained another pound. So I went up not for the competition. I just went up the next week and signed up.
And you did really well that week, though. You crushed.
I did well.
Yeah,
I did my closer.
So what do you think it was, dude? Because I have some theories on this. Was it at the beginning the scale was like underweighed you, or was it on the last two it overweighed you? Because I think, in my opinion, and I'm not the pro, I think like honestly, whatever happened that first time you weighed in, it put you light by about like 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
That would make perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Maybe even like 60. Because just having been living with you for a little bit in that period, there's not a fucking chance you gained any weight.
No.
And also there's not a chance that like the scale would weigh you in within a pound of each other back to back. The first week, the scale fucked up.
Well, it's not like a solid surface. Like the stage is like kind of bendy. Also, digital scales over 300 pounds are usually pretty inaccurate. There's like a lot of different factors going into it.
They should have had you on those medical ones. You know, the ones with like that they used to weigh you on at the doctor back in the day where they had the thing and they
But for me and Trey, we'd have to go to like a car wash and do that. We have to go to like a fucking body shop or some shit.
What scale could adequately handle you guys?
You have to go to like a tow truck place.
What is Trey? So you guys started out at what? What was the weight?
Starting weights?
Yeah.
I was like 335. Trey was like 396.
Couple big boys.
Yeah. And me and Trey, even after that weigh-in, Trey and I were like, something's fucked up, dude. Because I thought I was closer to 350. Looking back at that video, I was pushing 4 bills easily.
Yeah.
And Trey thought he was like 460 plus.
I've never been on that stage, but I know like that a lot of them are like made out of plywood.
Yeah.
And the stage is bent.
Right.
And they're not as solid of surface as it is. That's by no means a hardwood floor.
No.
And by no means, that's a fucking Amazon scale.
Yeah.
On an Amazon $20 Prime delivery scale.
Exactly.
On top of a not exactly like sturdy surface, it's not. Right. So at this venue, basically, there's a stage on there, but it's not like a theater where the stage is part of the building. It's something that was like additionally constructed, so that doesn't help out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like an aftermarket stage. So I go in the next week by myself, have a nice minute. It's like a fun segment. So I feel like gain another pound. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, all right, I have 3 weeks. Let me get my shit together. Whatever. I come back on the next time. And by the way, when I try to make the point that the scale wasn't calibrated the first time, Red Band and Tony were both like, fuck you. It was fine. Like they confirmed with the producer to be like, Yoni, was it calibrated? And he was like, yes, it's fine. So now I'm like doubling down on my case and I look like I'm lying still. I go back the next time we do it again. Then I weigh in again at 311 pounds. So the first month I gained 28 pounds. The next month I lose 50.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. And after I weigh in, finally, after 2 months of this shit, Tony's like, oh, maybe the scale is fucked up. And I'm like,
So wait, there was a fourth weigh-in
so?
though, right? Didn't you guys have like another month that you did?
That's the one I'm talking about. We concluded the second one where I apparently lost 50 pounds, which is impossible.
Yeah.
But like after that, finally, Tony and Red Band were like, oh, maybe the scale is fucked up. And I'm like,
It wasn't a historic loss for you that made them say that. It was a historic win for you where they were like, it's fucked.
Exactly.
There's no chance.
And the first time, Trey got $230. Yeah. So I was like, damn, $10 every pound I lose. I'm about to walk out here with $500 in cash.
And they didn't give it to you?
No, they gave me a box of cookies.
Bastards.
Those motherfuckers. Yeah. And throughout this 2 month period, I had every single comic who has never played a sport or been inside of a gym be like, dude, my cousin lost weight doing keto. And it's like, you need to stop giving me advice.
Yeah.
Because you're not a fucking doctor. Like, everybody ready to give me advice, dude. I was like gonna like shoot up the fucking club. I was losing my shit. Dude, that shit sucked. That shit, like, I thought it was like in a schizophrenic episode. Yeah. Where it's like, because Tony will, I'll go on stage and Tony's like, look at this guy, he's gonna die young. And then 300 people are like, yeah. Yeah. This is worth the price of admission. And I have to stand on stage like, this is pretty fun, right? It was a different thing to get used to. So they asked us to do it again, and I said no. I didn't say no outright. I was like, I'll do it later, but I can't do this for a third consecutive month. No. It brings me so much anxiety. Dude, that's a literal fat kid's nightmare. I think
what they need to do for you, if you're going to do it again, is you're like, look, guys, we're fucking in. I'm in to do it, but you're getting a scale that is built for fucking units. We're not doing this Amazon. Yeah. We're putting it on the fucking concrete, and it's got to have a 500-pound capacity with reviews online that say, hey, I weigh 480, and this thing said 480. Yeah. Like, we need a medical fucking scale for you boys.
Fat fucking uncle uses it, and it's great. That's what the reviews
He's got
say.
one?
No, I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
That's what the reviews. Like, I have my grandma's fat as fuck, and she loves it.
It said I was just as fat as it was.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I really wasn't, like, I haven't really seen any return from it other than a box of cookies and, like, 100 Instagram followers. Like, I didn't get paid. I didn't get stage time, which is all I really cared about. And then I just had people.
I think if you stick with it, it's going to lead to you getting up a lot. I really do.
I guess.
I think it's going to get you up all the time.
It gives me so much anxiety, but you're probably right.
Any chubby chasers in the DMs?
I'm, like, dating someone now.
From that?
Not from the contest, but from the first time I was on. Okay. So, like, a recurring guest, I'm sure helped.
By the way, are you down to get hammered on this podcast right now?
I mean, I have to drive, but like, yes.
Okay.
I'll just afterwards. I'll just wait in a few hours.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. Cheers.
I'm dating a girl who fucking rules because of the show. So that's a good question.
I mean, dude, I would say you got a ton of benefit from it. It's just like, dude, breaking in is so fucking hard to do, and there's a million different ways to do it. You know, and
I didn't break in. I'm not getting booked. No one gives a shit about that. Like,
it's because you did it, and then you don't do other open mics and shit, too.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
We're gonna be hitting it hard this week. You also had COVID the last week.
I had COVID, and I've been job hunting, but I got a job offer. I got over COVID, so like, once I get into the routine of my new job, it's like I'm back.
What are you doing for work now?
Just like driving a truck, like a liquor truck.
Liquor truck.
Employee discount, bro.
To keep this on to end this on a positive note for Sam, according to the comments here, you seem to be the favorite. You're the heavy favorite, no pun intended.
What the fuck, Matt? What the fuck is your problem?
Unfortunately, you're referred to as the big guy.
Of course.
That's tough.
What do you mean, unfortunately? I refer to him as the big guy.
Yeah,
but you do it as a
standing
friend.
Next to Trey Pack, to call him the big guy, kind of, I mean, they're both,
Trey's a fucking unit, too.
Big
Trey's a
guys
unit.
Seems more appropriate. But the recurring theme here is people seem to think you have solid fat.
Nice.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means I'm fucking yoked.
So
dude.
we have a thread here based off of that. The heavier guy, that's you, has solid fat.
Let's go.
And then some questions here. Solid fat, he has more muscle and denser bones, if anything. I think that's still a compliment. There's no such thing as solid fat. All fat is just fat. Between these two guys, it's hard to determine who may have more muscular build, if any. That one's rough.
Hold on. Let me interject here. There's a few things athletically that you need to know about the great Sam Hunter, and a few facts that I was befuddled when I heard these. What was your fucking mile time back in the day, dude?
In my prime, I ran like a 7:30 mile.
And you were weighing in at what at that point?
Like 285.
That's insane. That's fucking insane.
That's NFL numbers.
That's like
No.
Nobody
NFL guys,
Take the fucking compliment.
NFL guys do like 6-minute miles.
So
like,
we Christian Wilkins, who's a D lineman for the Dolphins, went to my high school, and he went there the same time as my sister. My sister claims, or it was my sister or my sister's boyfriend claims that they were shooting basketball in the gym, and he did a standing backflip. And like that's the level of athleticism of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Where you're like, yeah, I weigh 350, and I can just huck a little backy while we're shooting
Yeah.
ball,
6'4",
dude.
Yeah.
310, that guy. Just wanted to
Big motherfucker, dude. That's a big boy. But dude, just the fact that you can run a 7:30 mile, like there are fat people. What was the term? They were talking about this on some other podcast where it's basically like you're obese, but you don't have any muscle mass.
yeah.
And like obese is a bad indicator. I've got this buddy Timmy who weighs 230 and is jacked. You've met him. He had the after party for my show in Hartford.
Oh, yeah.
Timmy is the perfect example of a guy that's yolk sauce. He's huge.
Yeah.
And just by every definition, he's obese. But it's mad different being 6'3", 230, all muscle.
Yeah.
And 6'3", 230, where you're a guy that plays video games all day, every single day. Like, I genuinely think, and I mean this as a compliment, like, if you were at like 10% body fat, you might be like 280 or something ridiculous.
I'd be huge.
Yeah, just like a jacked ass motherfucker.
I would be, I think, around like 260. Like
Yeah.
a lean 260, which is frightening.
You got it going on.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
Dude, so the last time we did this podcast, we were in Connecticut, and you were living in an apartment. All right, so, Maddie, let me fill you in on this one. This is basically what went down. The last time we did this podcast, we did it at Sam's house. Sam drank 15 Coors Lights during the podcast. It was unbelievable.
And I was on edibles.
Yes, and he crushed. But Sam lived on the third floor of this apartment, and the guy that lived downstairs was addicted to...
You got that backwards. I was on the second floor. He was on the third floor.
Got it. Okay, so fill us in.
He was a schizophrenic crackhead who on the first day, not on the first day I was there, in the first week, he like showed me the basement to be like, this is where the washer and dryer are. And I'm like, okay, that's where the washer and dryer are. Nice, man. And then he pivoted somehow to asking me if I'm for the blacks or for the whites.
That's usually
this is a first impression.
They actually asked me that question when I moved into this apartment.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
That's mandatory.
What was your answer?
Well, I was honest, and which was a mistake. I should have lied and been like, I love white people.
Yeah.
I only like white people because this is a big guy.
You were dating a black chick at that point too,
Yes,
right?
I was.
You were in a relationship with a black woman at this point.
Who would like come? She'd be at my apartment by herself when I went to work.
With a schizophrenic KKK.
Yes.
Crack addict. Speak fucking English, Jesus Christ.
No, I think you said it classily.
Yeah.
So hold on. So I should have lied and been like, I love white people. Get me the fuck out of this basement because he's a big dude too. Like his name's like fucking something. I'm a Mick. So like a hefty.
You should put his name and social security number out on the podcast. That'd be great.
If I knew it, I would because fuck that guy.
I'll look his ass up right now, dude. You just let me
Well,
know.
if you Google New Haven man tries to rob a gas station with a chainsaw, that's gonna be him. That's a real story.
Serious?
My downstairs neighbor sent me a link to that article. He tried to rob a gas station with a chainsaw, and somehow he's a free man. Anyway, so he asked me, do I want any exotic drugs? Do I use the dark web? Am I for the black or for the whites?
He's probably got some Bitcoin from like 10 years ago, dude. He's probably loaded.
He might. And the whole time he's like checking his pockets and like, basically that's the fucking guy, dude.
Wait, let me see
I just want to say he looks just like Jonah Hill. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he does.
Oh
If
my
Jonah
God.
Hill was a racist crackhead, that's Jonah Hill right there. Don't say his name. Definitely don't say his name.
Don't say his name.
He scares the fuck out of me, dude.
Yeah, I don't want him coming. He'll come to Texas.
I won't say his name, but I have the full article. If you guys want some stats, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he will come commit the Texas Chainsaw Massacre down here right now.
That one, I will say, that was 7 charges for that one incident.
Seven.
7 charges.
And he still just got to live above you.
Yeah.
So
He was a really nice guy.
he just got to chill. So tell them what the fuck happened, or I keep saying tell them because I'm like very conscious of the fact that I'm on a podcast right now. What the fuck happened the last time we did the show?
Okay, so we were doing the show, having a good time. I think I was talking about him.
Yeah.
Because I could assume he didn't hear us. He came down one time to be like, hey, I can hear everything you guys are saying, and it's loud. But he kept framing it as like, I'm not complaining or anything, but I can just hear everything you guys are saying.
He did this thing, which is my least favorite thing when people do this, where he goes,
be a racist.
I'm not trying to, a racist crackhead is fine compared to what I'm about to say.
I agree.
When you're the guy that does this, you go, hey man, I'm not trying to be, anytime you say I'm not trying to be, you are doing that thing actively at that moment. And it's fucking infuriating. And so this guy comes down and he goes, I'm not trying to be an asshole. And you go, you're being a fucking asshole.
100%.
Right now. You're being an asshole. Or like, I'm not trying to be a racist, but are you for the whites or are you for the blacks? So dude, this guy was literally lighting off fireworks while we were doing the podcast.
He was lighting off firecrackers while we were doing, after I told him like, what's the problem?
And this was like something that he wouldn't do very often, right? Light off fireworks at the apartment.
Not particularly because he was busy. I mean, he like made shit. He made like crafts. So like imagine getting like a live, laugh, love sign that was designed by a racist crackhead. How hilarious is that? Just like some white mom in West Hartford, Connecticut being like, I love this. But how it was made was a guy just cranking fucking meth. Being like, get the fucking blacks out of here. So he like made shit. So there was constant like pounding. He was always just walking, just getting some schizophrenic ideas on crack, just getting them brewing. And it was always when at like 5 a.m. Like I hated this motherfucker. So eventually he gets a restraining order from the downstairs neighbor.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to that, because I think you're forgetting this. After we wrap the podcast, we get up and we're like, that was nuts. So basically in the middle of the podcast, this guy came down and he knocks on our fucking door, or knocks on your door.
Oh, yeah.
And talks to us. He threatens us a bunch of times. Says, are you guys listening to me? Are you spying on me?
Oh, I forgot about that.
He starts talking about how there's things in the walls, how he knows that that we've been listening, that we've planted spies in his closet.
That's how crazy this dude is I forgot about this conversation.
So he's come downstairs and he's threatening you. And you were like stand behind a wall. So I'm like standing behind this wall listening to what's going on. I'm like half giggling, half shitting my fucking pants. And at a certain point I walk out and he goes, where did he come from? Who's this fucking guy? But this is the kicker. After all this goes on, it gets like to the point of like a screaming match where he's like yelling at us. Like he's like, I know what the fuck is happening. We're like, okay. We eventually get him to go back upstairs. We wrap the podcast. We have another beer. And I got to go home, and you locked yourself out of the apartment.
Yeah, that's right. Because the key doesn't match. The back door key didn't match the front door key.
Yep.
And I deadbolted the front door, obviously, because that fucking dude was coming.
Because we were being threatened by a violent crackhead.
Right. And I didn't know the back key had a different key. Otherwise, my landlord would have given me a key for the back door and said, this is for the back door. But he didn't. So not only did the previous neighbors add a deadbolt to the front door because of this fucking guy, they also changed the lock to the back door.
Got it.
You drive me to get cigs. We come back. Both doors are locked. Can't get in. I have to call my landlord and we have to break in. You fucking put a like 2x4 through my window.
It was awesome.
To open the door.
That was my gratitude from you.
Yeah.
Like in exchange for you waiting around.
Yeah, you gotta fuck up my back window.
So like basically me and Sam are just locked outside of this apartment, and we're sitting there and we're waiting to get in, and the landlord's coming. And at one point, we tried to like break in through the back.
Yeah.
And homeboy on the third floor sort of peers over. And it's weird because his like apartment, every other apartment looked like normal apartment, but they're all wooden steps that go up. And his, it had like a sea shanty vibe to it. You know, there were like things, there were knickknacks outside all piled up and stuff. Like it looked like what you would imagine the outside of like a lobster fisherman's house to look like for whatever reason. And so he keeps looking down and then he's just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, yeah.
And we go, we got locked out. And he's like, really? Did you get locked out? Or are you trying to like...
fuck with his shit?
Yeah, he goes, are you fucking with my... He kept saying that. Are you fucking with my shit?
Yeah. Well, dude, the amount of
We're
times...
not fucking with your shit. We're locked out of the apartment.
Yeah. And then he gave us like a shitty answer. He's like, well, call fucking Joe. It's like, yeah, we're calling Joe, dude.
By the way, Joe's the landlord, not me.
Yeah, oh, true. But no, the amount of times I would come home from work and park my car on the street and I would see him explode through the blinds and like look at me and then just close them and run away once I saw him was insane. He told me that the trains were getting louder since I moved in.
Dude, he told you that while I was there.
There you go.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Can vouch. So, we were sitting there. He goes, since you guys moved in, I didn't want to bring this up, but
yeah,
trains are getting louder.
Trains are getting louder.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Someone
dude?
Pass me what this guy's on. I'm about to
Holy
have a fucking party.
Shit, dude.
It's party time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my Jesus. Yeah, that guy was terrifying. So, not only, okay. So at one point, there's like a 3-week span where if I got home from work and there wasn't cops at my apartment, I was surprised that there wasn't cops there.
So this is after I'd come down and seen you. The cops were coming all the time.
Cops were coming all the time. Mm-hmm. At one point, my friends over were drinking in my kitchen. World's smallest kitchen. Remember that? And my boy, we're just drinking beers. And I get a call from him. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey man, can you hold some weed for me? And I was like, what? No. And he's like, I'm just trying to give you like a couple ounces it's for free. I'm like, okay, schizophrenic crackhead, I believe you're going to give me 2 free ounces of weed.
Yeah, there's certainly not going to be a knock on the door later saying that you stole 2 ounces of weed from him.
And certainly this is him being a generous neighbor and not for some other circumstances that I don't know what the fuck is going on. Mm. Then we start seeing flashlights outside my apartment. Me and my boy. Then you see a police cruiser on the side of the street, a police cruiser on the front of the street. They knock on his apartment, give it a quick look around to search, don't find shit, they leave, right? That was just like the first thing that I was like, this guy's weird. Mm-hmm. When I started going back to my apartment and seeing cops, I had one guy, I was outside smoking one night, and a guy came up to me and he's like, hey, are you Colin? And I was like, no, he's on the 3rd floor. He's like, is he home? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't talk to the guy. Eventually I found out that he got not 1, but 2 restraining orders from the downstairs neighbor because he would go in the basement, like know where her vent was, like in her kitchen, and scream shit at her through the vent.
Holy fucking shit.
Now, I don't know if they had like a prior relationship. All I do know is I never heard a thing from my downstairs neighbor other than when we bumped into each other. Yeah. She was an old, like later middle-aged woman. She lived alone. She didn't have a dog. She never had people over. Yeah. I never heard a fucking peep out of her. She worked from home and I never heard a thing. Except for on Christmas morning, I heard her coming so loud. She was getting absolutely jackhammered. I don't know if it was by somebody else or herself, but she was coming like she never came before.
Wow.
And I wonder if that was, and then she was like trying to like break it off. That was him plowing my downstairs neighbor. And then eventually she tried to like break up with him. And then he started going in the basement and screaming at her through the vents to the point where she had to file a fucking restraining order. So while that's getting processed, he still is like living there. And at one point, the ambulance comes and it's for him. And it's like in the middle of the day. And I see him getting carted out of the ambulance. Like he just blew out his knee in the NFL. And there's like paramedics everywhere. There's cops. And they're all surrounding him while he's in a fucking gurney, like strapped up. I talk to one of the cops. I go outside and I smoke. I wait until he's in the fucking ambulance because I don't want the dude to see me at all. Mm-hmm. I talk to one of the cops. I'm like, hey man, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm like, I light a cigarette because I don't know what this dude is capable of.
It's crazy.
I'm like shitting my pants. I hated living there. And the guy was like, oh, he actually suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound and he tried to treat it himself until he eventually called us to bring him to the hospital. And I was like, do you know what happened? And he was like, no, apparently he was driving and he accidentally shot himself in the leg. And now his car is totaled. And he's going to the hospital. That's all the details I got. So he eventually comes back.
That sounds like a No Country for Old Men type situation where it's just like got in a horrific car accident. It's just like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk
He tried to walk off a gunshot. Like Plaxico Burress shot himself in the leg. It's Plaxico Burress, but the Plaxico spelled with the KKK.
Hell of a reference, dude.
Yeah. Well, who the fuck shoots himself in the leg?
Shoot himself in the leg?
Yeah, he did it in a club.
You could have said Cheddar Bob, 8 Mile.
Oh, true. Cheddar
example,
Bob.
Really.
True. I like to use real people, dude. I'm not living in some fucking fantasy land that you're living in. But
Cheddar Bob.
So somehow he is still living there despite multiple restraining orders, a gunshot, him saying that the trains are getting louder. So finally, it's a Sunday. I'm off. I'm chilling. I see him walking around the building with an axe. And I'm like, surely this is exciting. I text the downstairs neighbor, like, hey, can you check your Ring camera for like 30 seconds? Excuse me, like 30 seconds ago. Because I was watching him walk around the building with an axe and like look pissed off. And I'm like, dude, this dude is going to chop this lady's head off.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy.
Did you call the cops?
No. So I told Michelle, downstairs neighbor, told my landlord, and Michelle's like, yeah, that's pretty weird. I don't know what's going on. Turns out the cops were already there. He called the cops on himself because he thought someone was hiding underneath garbage bags in his closet ready to kill him.
Oh, my God.
So he was walking around the building with an axe, seeing trash cans on the street and like the ones we had on our deck and being like, I can see you in there, motherfucker. Come outside. I'm going to fuck you up. I'll fucking kill you. And I was like, this dude is proper losing his mind. I hear him call Joe the landlord, not Joe Begley, and be like, I called the cops. Someone's in my apartment. They came over. They didn't see anybody. They're acting like I'm a fucking retard, dude. This is bullshit. Joe the landlord comes over and goes, all right, don't worry about it. I'll see what's up. He goes to the police station. He's like, this dude's having a fucking psychotic episode, and he's walking around the building with an axe. I think it's time for him to go.
Holy shit.
And then after a week, he finally packed his shit and moved to some godforsaken place in Middletown, Connecticut, known as Mentaltown. You know that. Where he used to run Keegan's Pub. If you're familiar with that.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
God, you give me PTSD. You been to Keegs?
Yeah, hell yeah, I have. In Middletown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
No shit.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
You been to Keegan's?
Hold on.
Middletown, Connecticut?
Middletown, Connecticut. Yeah. Is St. John's in Middletown, Connecticut? Is that
St. John's? No, it's in New York, I think.
No.
The hospital.
No. I went to an elementary school in Middletown called St. John's. And yeah, I think I've been to Keegan's.
Holy fuck,
go,
dude.
dude.
That's wild.
I'm a Connecticut boy, guys.
Are you?
Yeah. We've talked. Well, I lived there for 5 years.
Oh, that's
born
right.
There and then I moved out, but I go back.
Yeah, you're from, well, it would make sense that it's definitely that Keegan's because you're from Cromwell.
Yeah.
So that's the town
that's
over.
right. I remember talking about that at Shots.
Yeah.
Damn, we fucked you guys up in state high school championship.
well,
We have the case over here. Do you need one?
Yeah, dude, toss
What do you want? What flavor?
I'll go dealer's choice.
Dude, the watermelon is, I think, the most bomb.
Let's go.
So, dude, I hosted a mic at Keegan's Pub for like 4 or 5 months until the place shut down. The highlight of the mic was one of the regular open micers who loved me, and his name was Touchin' Priestley. He was regularly in and out of the mental asylum in Middletown. He got a picture with a homeless lady who took her tits out.
They have an asylum in Middletown?
That's why it's called. Why it's called Mentaltown, dude.
Dude, it is
And some of them would sign
one
up
of the
my open
funniest
mic.
pictures I've
Touching
seen.
Priestley and that lady's tits.
It's
Right?
It's a mentally ill man with his thumbs up
Yes.
next to a homeless lady flashing her tits.
Decent knobs on her too. I gotta give it to her.
Really nice set. But dude, I remember that night you showed me that picture of
That mic
Keegan's.
ruled, dude.
I was crying, fucking laughing, dude. So for a little while there was a thing going on in Middletown where it was like there was the pickle stand. I
had Keegan's on Monday, pickle stand on Tuesday,
Buttonwood Tree.
Button Tree on like Wednesday or Thursday.
There was that storytelling show that Sean.
Conspiracy. You could double up on like I think Thursdays or something like that.
There was a point where you could triple up for a little bit because you could come from Hartford, do Conspiracy and Keegan's.
Right.
It was a wild time.
Yeah, you'd go to CT in Hartford and be like, "Oh, damn, I might be a funny comic." Then you'd come do my mic.
I never had the experience of thinking I was a funny comic at CT. They hated me.
Trust that instinct. But then you would come to my mic, and it would be a Monday where everyone's trying to watch Monday Night Football, and there would be a dude in an automatic wheelchair, like driving up to the stage area and being like, "You suck," and you're like, "Anyways, my mom's dead," and he's like, "No, you're not a funny comic, and I could do it better than you," and then he would like scooter
that was
away.
an open mic where it was 10-minute spots for a little bit too, right?
If depending on the people, yeah. And I would go up and do like so long to open the mic.
That'll make you good. 10 minutes at a bad open mic.
Oh yeah, you're gonna figure that shit out,
dude. You feel like you're like on a different planet, man, when you're up there.
That shit fucking ruled.
I mean,
that's where I found my love for Brian Glass, dude.
I love Brian Glass. I talked to him. He's one of the last guys I saw before I took off to come down here.
I'm so jealous. I wish I saw him before I came.
Great dude. He's fucking funny too.
He's the best. Squirters. I used to do a Brian Glass impression. I would do his jokes as a Def Jam comic, and that's the hardest I've ever killed. Is going to the elbow room and doing Brian Glass, be like, all these bitches be squirting, like just doing his material, and I would fucking.
I remember that
Moolah being like, like for like 10 minutes straight. That shit ruled. But
that was great times.
Damn, dude, it's fun. It's nice to have you down here.
It's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you down here, bro.
I was just gonna say, hold it with the other hand.
Okay. Because like, who else can I have? Like, I can't tell these stories with anybody else. Connecticut is particularly a crazy fucking place that like. People think we were just like going horseback riding and taking tennis lessons.
Well, I was, but
you were.
I don't
sure.
know about you.
Yeah, I was running food at Stress Factory with my life being threatened if I wasn't funny enough.
Yeah.
You know, I had homeless dudes who had like nicer shoes on than me be like, "Yo, I need $1," and I'm like, "I'm broke. I know I look like I'm a fat white guy from the suburbs because I am, but I'm living under my parents' like electrical circuit like I'm fucking Harry Potter, bro. You might beg more money than I make at this fucking club."
Yeah, that club was you had one of the most interesting setups of any like host. It was
fucking insane.
You would run food and check tickets at the door and host the club.
Yeah,
never heard anybody do that before.
There was a July 4th. Matt, you want to chime in? I saw you raise the mic.
I pulled up some really nice fun facts about Connecticut. Honestly,
okay.
Fire away.
Okay,
let's hear it.
It is illegal to walk on your hands in Hartford.
That makes sense. A lot of dangerous people walk on their hands in Hartford.
Yeah, I see why. That makes a lot of sense.
The official state song of Connecticut, do we know?
Yankee Doodle.
How incredible is that?
Is it Yankee Doodle?
I'm finding this out for the first
time. Are you
time.
fucking kidding
Let's
me?
go.
Are you kidding me?
I did not know that. I had no idea.
Number 7, just to clarify. Number 7.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's go, Joe.
Yankee Doodle, which should probably be the intro to this podcast, for being honest. But Yankee Doodle is the official song.
Are you...
Let's go.
Author, Noah Webster, the author of the first Webster Dictionary, lived in West Hartford. So words come from Connecticut.
More like Webster
sick.
Hartford.
That's sick.
Hey. First automobile. We don't give a fuck about that. First hamburger. Have you guys been there? That place in
Ted's?
It's good. No, it's
Ted's.
I know the name of the place. It's the place
It's
across
in
the
New
street
Haven.
from Bar in New Haven.
Right across the street from Bar.
Oh,
in
no,
New
never
Haven.
been.
It's on Worcester.
So you were telling me
Louis
about
lunch.
this.
Louis lunch.
You were telling me about this about Louis lunch yesterday. That it's like they'll kick you out if you eat ketchup.
You will, in order to use ketchup at Louis lunch, you would have to smuggle it in. They do not allow ketchup. They'll kick you out if you use it. No cheese. They say they made the first hamburger, and it's just a meat patty and white toast. And no condiments, no cheese, and you're just supposed to enjoy it. It's like, get off, stop sucking your own dick. We can use ketchup.
That's true. Is it good?
Dude, I saw no ketchup and I bounced. I'll be honest, I didn't try it.
Yeah.
There's a long line for no a long line for a meat patty on some bread.
Ketchup.
Yeah.
You're trash, dude. Have some fucking respect for yourself.
The rest of these fun facts.
It's the worst state to live in the country.
Doesn't say
it's one of the most expensive. You're either rich enough to go to New York every weekend or you're too poor to move out.
Okay, this one's crazy. In order for a pickle to be considered a pickle in Connecticut, it must bounce. Period.
Well, that's a reason to live there.
Some of these ones, there's no way. There's no way.
Do you believe in Yankee Doodle? What made you say that?
I don't know.
Kid's gifted.
You must have known.
No, I did not know. I don't know.
It's
Joe
fucking Yankee
has
Doodle,
like
dude.
I don't know.
Joe has like diet autism where sometimes he can just like
that was in there. That was in the brain.
Yeah, Joe can like literally just Rain Man shit that he doesn't even know about.
Connecticut never ratified the 18th Amendment, which
thank God.
Which one is that?
It was the prohibition.
Oh, all right.
So alcohol was never illegal in Connecticut. That's
See,
cool.
All right,
that's
no doubt.
sick.
There's one good reason.
Also, it might not be the prohibition. That's quick.
What that is?
How was the camera turning off?
Yeah, bro. So, well, where did we cut off?
I don't know, dude.
That's dead. I don't know why I'm asking you.
I think we were talking about Austin, dude.
You're fucking goldfish brain. Yeah, Austin.
Dude, I'm lost. I have a tough time with that sometimes. But
yeah.
So basically, you were talking to me about when you moved down here, just going on an absolute bender of benders.
Yes.
And I like made not a mistake, but I just decided to get an apartment on 6th Street. Like,
in my opinion, the best part of the city.
My favorite.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the two places that people like want to like try to say is better than the other is the Domain and downtown.
Yeah.
I went to the Domain with my girl, who's not my girl, but is my girl. Previously referenced from Kill Tony. We went to a brunch spot because she was like, hey, this place, actually he fucking called you to be like, come out with us. And you were too hungover, you said.
Yeah, I didn't make it out till like 2 or 3 that day.
Yeah. So we went there and we're like, okay,
brutal.
Bottomless mimosas. Like the first one costs like $12 and everything after that's free, right? And that's until 3:00. We got there around noon. Eventually we got 2 mimosas in total because the service was so slow. The food was mid as hell.
Yeah.
At one point we finished eating and we were like, well, we're going to stay here until fucking 3 and just keep pounding mimosas because this girl gets fucking down.
Yeah,
this girl rules, dude. Yeah. So I go to the host and I'm like, and she smokes too. And I was like, hey, if we go outside and smoke, like we can come back in and it's okay, right? Like you're not gonna think we're dashing. We're just going outside to smoke real quick. She's like, yeah, no problem. We come back, our table's bust. We go to smoke, we come back and our table is wiped clean. And I was like, hey, I just told you that we were gonna go smoke. She's like, yeah, I know. Someone didn't tell the other person. The server comes over and was like, I'm sorry, do you guys want like your food or something? I was like, what are you going to go get it out of the fucking bus bin and then put it in like a to-go package? No, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're going to go. You should be happy I'm even fucking paying you right now. That's insane. It was like $65 for 2 plates and 2 mimosas. $65 fucking dollars. So we're like, all right, you know what? Whatever. I've been in service before for years. I've fucked up. It's okay. Still give him 20%. Thought I did good. We go to this one place called Culinary Dropout. My girl, who's not my girl, but is my girl, beats my ass in ping pong 2 out of 3 games. Pretty sick. We're drinking, hacking some more darts. We go to the Yard House, which is like a corporate sports bar. We have 2 beers. We go out to have a cigarette, and it says no smoking, which is like no smoking at a sports bar. Fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, it's
brutal. We smoke anyway because like fuck that place. We come back in. Not only is our table bust, there is new people sitting down at the table. There's just 4 new people where we were 7 minutes earlier. So I finish my beer and I take her glass and I put it on the bar and I say, let's go. We're out.
Yeah.
I didn't pay my bill. First time in my life I've ever done that.
Wow. That's
first time in my life. We walk out, go to the car, and I go, we are like never coming back here. So for the argument of like what's better, the Domain or downtown, it's like, I don't know, do you want to deal with like white douchebags and pay too much shit for everything? Or can you like
the Domain's like way out of the way too, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes like north or some shit.
It's
like, I know downtown you have to like deal with homeless people. It's like, this is a major city. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, especially coming from San Francisco, it's really not that big a deal.
Right.
And yeah, dude, since I've moved here, there's 3 establishments on this street that I've just borderline lived in, dude. Mm-hmm. Like Latchkey being number 1.
Really? I still haven't been.
I love it. They have a great food truck in the back, and it kind of throws you for a loop because you walk in and the tacos are $6.
Yeah.
But it's a half pound of meat on every single taco. It's unreal.
Talk to me nice. Holy fuck.
Dude, we'll go there after this.
I'm going to take my shirt off.
We crushed one together yesterday.
Yes, we did. Aww. It was a beautiful taco day,
it's adorable.
Dude. I like there, and then what was the bar that we wouldn't watch sports somewhere else? I don't hang out there though.
We went to Lucky Duck.
I like Lucky Duck, I like I've also been spending a decent amount of time in Shangri-La, but like Latchkey's my spot. I just like the vibe. It's dressed. They decorate it like a ski lodge too, So I feel like
it's right up your asshole.
Yeah, I feel. Do they have a sign on it that says ski and do tons of drugs?
Nice.
And I'm just like, all right.
So that's the whitest bar ever. I mean, it is Austin. Every place is the whitest place you can go. This is like a white city. The first thing I noticed which is perfect for you. This is why, like, when I came down here, I was like, where are the black people and the Puerto Ricans? Because I'm so used to, like, Bridgeport, you know?
You gotta go to a basketball game, man. Go to a UT basketball game. You'll see them.
Yeah?
They're there.
I got to go and make some friends.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They live
I've been trying to go to, like, some sporting events now that I'm down here because it
sure.
just seems, like, lit.
For sure.
It's a good sports area. And
I regret...
The Spurs are right down the road, too.
True.
That's true, dude.
Yeah.
The Spurs are right here.
Spurs. How far away is Dallas?
2.5, 3.
Dude, I might try and catch a fucking Dallas Stars game.
I went to one. It's amazing.
Oh, I might need to be.
If they play the Flyers, we got to go.
That's what I'm saying. And the Flyers suck dog shit right now, but I don't care. I'm still down.
It's a cheap ticket.
Yeah, for sure. No one gives a fuck about hockey. No. They're giving away tickets,
especially in a white city.
Well,
well, that's contradictory as hell. Who?
Is Tyler Sagan?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still playing
Tyler
for them?
Sagan. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, you got to check out Lowdown Lounge.
Oh, dude, Lowdown.
It's like on the same. It's like around Shangri-La in that area.
Wait, yeah, I've been there.
You have?
Yeah, it's awesome.
And like that little
$2
back
$2
room
beers
at Lowdown Lounge.
Yeah.
In that back, like, dude, how nice is that back room? With the color scheme and like all the plants and all that shit going up the walls, and it's like
awesome.
It's kind of outside.
So like you're great place to do mushrooms, dude.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
The first time I went out with that girl was there, and I was like, "This is a great place to do mushrooms."
Kind of feels like Austin is designed for that. Just a great place to do mushrooms. Overall, it's a fantastic place.
100%.
Until you turn a corner and it smells like piss, and you're like, "All right, I'll try another way."
Yeah, that can send you down a bad hole
for sure.
Pretty quick.
I did get screamed at inside of a 7-Eleven recently.
What happened?
I was waiting in line, and the guy waiting in line behind me started screaming. He just gave out like a, yeah! And I turned around to be like, what the fuck was that? And I looked behind me, and this dude is staring at me like through his eyebrows. Like staring at me, like through my soul like this. And I'm like, okay. So I turned back around and just take like a couple steps forward to be like, that was fucking insane. I give it a second. Right when I settle back in line, the dude goes louder this time. Ah! And so I'm like, I'm all set. I don't need to be here anymore. I think I know how this goes.
Just leave.
I turn around again, like to be like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, yeah, what's up, bitch? Let's fucking go. And I'm like, what? I'm trying to get a pack of darts and some Coors fucking Rocky Mountains here, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so I just like put the beer down and walk out the door. And the guy is following me. And I'm like, am I going to have to fight to the death right now outside of this 7-Eleven? He ends up going, like, trailing off into the parking lot. But I took like I didn't want to like look like a complete bitch because I already left the store.
Yeah.
Like, I just like I was like, all right, that's everybody else's problem now. So that's not like a tough guy thing to be like running away from someone screaming at me. So I didn't want to look like the biggest bitch and run to my car. But I did give like a skip. I gave like a hop step.
Yeah.
To get to my car to make sure I wasn't going to fucking die. The dude ended up like trailing off and just started screaming at like gas pumps. Kind of reminded me of my neighbor a little bit.
Brutal.
But yeah, this is where like living alone is weird. Where I have like the adrenaline pouring through my body of like, I might have to fight to the death inside of the 7-Eleven right now.
Yeah.
And then 7 minutes later, I'm just folding socks like in silence. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. So
you talk to yourself now that you live alone? I do a lot.
I don't. I definitely do pace. When if I'm like writing material for stand-up, I'm like pacing to the point where I get dizzy. And I'm like, all right, this is fucked up.
Probably because you're not used to walking. It's probably a challenge.
Oh, really? Now we're doing fat jokes again?
It wasn't a joke. I'm concerned.
Well, this golf will surely make you feel better.
I was going to say COVID and obesity. It's not a good combination.
I beat it, dude. What the fuck?
I know
you did beat the vid.
Your antibodies are probably strong right now.
Strong as hell.
You're probably like this is where you want to be.
I mean, I was with that girl, whatever the fuck to call her, my friend, I don't know, on New Year's Eve when she had COVID.
Wild.
I mean, I was like,
that'll do it.
I'm either going to get it chilling with her for free and know where I got it from, or go to like a packed bar, spend $100, and then wake up the next morning like from a blackout to be like, oh, fuck, how did I get COVID last night?
Yeah, pretty much everybody, I think, in Austin that's active running around has had it or has it right now.
And I was bug chasing. I just wanted it. I wanted to get it over with. I was like, I've managed to sidestep it for almost 2 years. Just give that shit
That's
to me.
actually what Fauci says to do is the bug chase.
Yeah.
He wrote me personally and said, make sure you bug chase.
Well, I'm just happy that I wasn't alive during the height of the AIDS pandemic because that would have been a way different bug chasing.
Yeah, dude.
I went from like smooching my lady, who's not my lady, but is sort of my lady on New Year's Eve, which is like a nice thing.
You keep going back and forth on this. What is going on?
Well, there's no like title, but like it's weird to say my friend and it's not my girlfriend. So it's like,
Did you get zoned?
no.
You didn't get zoned?
No.
Oh, you're
I'm like sleeping at her apartment more than mine.
You're in them guts.
She to an extent.
Okay.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. And also, she's a very nice person. How dare you? And like, I'm not gonna like send this to her.
People also like sex. I don't know that's a.
Well, I'm trying to explain that to her, but there's like I'm not gonna like send this to her and be like, look how fucking sick I am on this podcast. But there's a chance she's gonna listen. This is gonna be awkward in the future, but yeah, like I'm spending more time at her apartment than mine, and I've deleted my dating apps. But like I don't feel comfortable being like.
Did you delete it off the phone or did you deactivate your account?
Well, I hid both my profiles and deleted it off my phone.
Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah.
No, dude, get the fuck out of here.
All right, but just so you know, Fauci, he never said anything about bug chasing, but you should. Number one, you should avoid bars. People in Austin did not get that.
Fuck, I didn't think about that.
I'm all set.
Oh, I didn't.
This city,
number one advice: avoid
this
bars.
city was set up to drink. This city, it's like
and spread viruses.
yes, exactly.
I mean, dude, when I got here, it's like the type of place where me and you, when I showed up for the first time, it was a Wednesday night, and I got off the plane at 12. You picked me up at the airport.
Yeah.
And we went out at like 1 a.m. on a Wednesday, and there were people out like having a good time.
Until close on a
It was
Wednesday.
wild.
Yeah.
It's unfucking believable, dude.
It's a good time. I mean, people who are like, Austin sucks. It's like, what? Where were you living before where this sucks? Yeah, when you asked me how's Austin before you came down here, I was like, I don't know, man. It beats the fucking shit out of Connecticut.
I had a girl from Buffalo try to tell me Austin sucks.
Oh, really? Buffalo, the destination city of Buffalo.
Can we not talk about Buffalo right now?
Damn, I forgot, dude.
Salty, dude.
Josh Allen's your fucking dad right now.
Did you see the stat line on that game of what the Bills' drives look like? They scored a touchdown on every drive besides the last one where they took a knee. And the Patriots had the number one fantasy defense on the season this year. They just fell apart. I don't know what happened.
That's awesome.
But for me personally, there's a few teams that I'd like to see win it all. I'd like to see, obviously, my boy Tom Brady win the whole thing. I think it'd be cool to see the Bills.
Yeah.
And then, like, if the Bengals won it, it'd be badass.
Sick. Can you imagine Joe Burrow's fit after he wins a Super Bowl? Did you see the glasses he was wearing?
No.
Like after today? They were like these
good
like
look.
Yeah, he just looked like straight faced and like stoic with these like amber colored glasses. He looks that dude rules.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, isn't that natural that when like your team gets the fucking piss beat out of them, you want the team that won to win it all?
It's also like,
give your
dude,
team
the
some
Bills
sort of
have one of the
credibility.
most hardcore fan bases in the country. And another one that I'd like to see is the Packers because I like that it's like fan owned and I think Aaron Rodgers is the man. That is fucking sick.
Yes, that's it.
That is sick.
Yes, Matt. Damn, having a producer rules.
Yeah, dude.
When I was doing my shitty podcast with Ross Popick, and I'd be like, dude, do you know the thing I'm talking about? And he'd be like, no. I'm like, all right, I guess we can move on.
This is the fucking move.
Look at Matt go.
What we actually need though is for the
Matt,
end
you're
viewer.
shining.
If we had a budget of like a massive budget, what I would do is have 2 cameras and then also somebody to like actually edit in what we're talking about in post, where it's just like pull that shit up, Jamie.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't think I'm gonna get there, boys.
Let's Jamie. Let's go. Let's go.
I've gave myself assignments. We have study criteria. We're gonna get.
Yes.
Let's go.
We're gonna get there.
This guy.
Apparently, Joe Burrow went viral from his sunglasses. I would like to think it was the playoff win, but they're talking about the glasses a lot.
It's all about the sunglasses.
I mean,
bro.
every news article is about this man's sunglasses.
And an icon. He turned himself into an icon in Cincinnati, which is not an easy task.
Is he one of those idiots that went and got married?
I don't think so.
Dude, isn't he from Ohio though?
Maybe.
I think he's from Ohio.
I checked out on the NFL like 3 years ago. So
You're done.
Yeah.
You
Just
like
hockey.
Hockey.
Yeah. The NFL, there's too many rules now, and the game is like so slow with all the flags.
Dude, I played hockey 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I played pickup hockey and I got in an argument with a mother.
Of course you did.
Joe Burrow's
Two
from
It was
Karens.
not good.
Joe Burrow's from Iowa.
Iowa. Close. So like Cincinnati might be the closest team
Yeah, that's the Midwest.
Dude, so we went to this hockey rink while I was up at Jay skiing, and we played
fuck is Jay?
The mountain that I ski at. That's way up north.
Dude, I'm not rich. I don't know what Jay is.
Okay.
You can't just
But
talk
you've
to
heard
me
me talk about it before. I definitely brought it up.
You brought it up and I was stopped listening because I didn't ask.
Fair enough.
All right.
Okay.
So you're at Jay, which is apparently the place to be if you're a fucking douchebag.
It is. No, that's Stowe. That's called Stowe.
Got it.
Stowe
We're
is
talking about Jay Peak in Vermont.
Yeah, Stowe is like the country club of
Matt rules.
Yeah.
Matt fucking rules.
Matt fucking rules.
I'm trying
hey, cheers to Matt Stu. Let's
Cheers,
go.
Matt.
Dude,
Matt, stick your head in for a second. Show these motherfuckers what you look like, dude. We gotta get a. Oh wait, you still got the cans on. Don't.
You just took off 9 pieces
There he
of
is.
equipment to do that.
There he is.
Super close up.
This is our stud right here.
I want to do the Wayne's
Hell
World,
yeah.
get a load of this guy cam now.
Get a load of this guy.
It sucks. It certainly does suck. It sucks and it cuts. All right. Fuck you, Joe.
Wayne, I haven't seen Wayne.
Talk to me more about Jay.
I thought Wayne's World is. Okay, so somebody put something out the other day. Actually, let me just finish this story. So, Jay Peak is 3 miles from the border of Canada, and the Canadian border opened up, right? So there's this rink, and we go to Stick and Puck.
Lit. What up, Canada?
Where you pay $10. Sam's Canadian, by the way. You pay $10, and you get to play hockey, open skate for 2 hours, right?
Damn.
So the border's open, and so there's all these Canadians that are up playing Stick and Puck that are just disgusting at hockey, right?
Yeah.
They've got half the ice. We're down on one side, and there's this one little kid in full pads standing in front of the net. And there's a bunch of people running around, and we can't shoot because this kid's in front of the net. And then this mom starts standing in front of the net. And there's
what are they doing?
They're just standing in front of the net so that nobody can shoot.
Why?
And I was like, hey, just so you know, we're thinking about playing a little pickup game. We would love to use the net. I don't want to get hurt. So just, if you don't mind, it'd be great if you...
You're a master scumbag.
And
you frame it like you're doing it for them.
And she goes...
I don't want you guys to get hurt because I'm going to do what I want to do anyway.
Well, dude, she goes... the first thing she said was, honey. She said, honey, which immediately, my blood's boiling.
You're a honey, dude.
I want to drop gloves, dude. I want to drop gloves right away.
Yeah, you picked...
Dude, so she starts yelling
you
at...
drop gloves with a kid and a kid's mom.
Well, but dude,
not the toughest guy on the ice. You're like, who I
I
want
was
to fight?
kidding about dropping gloves. I'm not going to drop gloves with a kid's mom.
Hey, you want to fucking go, eh?
Dude, so...
Skate back to your bench, pussy. Skate back to your bench.
This woman...
hey, who the fuck are you?
Starts yelling at me, and she goes, well, there's little kids here.
What if she drops gloves and just starts feeding you fucking punches,
she goes,
dude?
I don't want the kids to get shot at, and we want to use the net. And, dude, here's the thing.
It's a public place.
So I just gave up because much like you at the gas station, I'm trying to get to this point in my life where I'm not just getting in arguments because I need to prove that I'm the real winner and they're the real loser. I'm just I'm good. I'm good.
The difference between the gas station and this is there was a mentally unstable man screaming at me from behind, and you were talking to a kid and his mom at a public fucking ice rink.
You should have just flung some slap shots at him.
Dude, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I should have, but dude, I walk away and then
save everyone.
she said she was doing it for the kid. There's 20 people out here, right? And it ends up being her and her two kids using this net, and the other of us, the 20 other people, which included, by the way, some 4 or 5 year olds that were way sicker at hockey than me.
Nice.
We're all fucked off using the sideboards to shoot at.
Right.
And there's just there's no way that I can win that argument.
Yeah.
But
well, coming from you too.
And I
mean, you just don't have a face of a guy who's going to convince someone who's already mad at you. Yeah. You're not going to be like, hey, it's me, Joe. It's your friend. You're like a young, handsome guy. They're going to be like, hey.
That's very nice of you to say. Thank you, Sam.
Well, it's because I'm attracted to you. But no, they're going to be like, this guy's a fucking douche.
New thing.
This guy has everything he wants. And now I'm going to fucking roll over for him because he's never heard no in his life. It's one thing if it was me, you'd be like, look, I'm just a fat, retarded guy. I'm not here to hurt you. But if you, they're like, fuck this guy. Why don't you go back to your mansion and fuck yourself, dude?
This lady kind of
go talk to your fucking butler about it. I don't give a shit.
She kind of just sounds like a stone cold bit. Hockey people are intimidating.
Yeah, hockey parents.
You skating up to her, didn't do anything. She just stayed in the pocket, dude. I respect this bitch. That's
hockey parents.
She stayed in the pocket. I mean, well, hockey moms, the kids that I grew up with that ended up playing hockey a lot, those women are in the car for 3 hours a day driving to, because like with hockey,
travel
dude,
sport.
I remember I was on the Squirt C team with my buddy Rupp because we were the worst ones. C was
sounds like an elite squad.
I was gonna say, am I the only idiot that laughed at the squirt?
Squirt C, dude. So Squirt was like 4th and 5th graders, and yeah, we would get together and we'd squirt. You know, it's good,
dude. Honestly, that whole podcast was just for that joke.
It was a good time, dude. But
that's why you're a comic, Joe.
Yes, sir. But me and the fellas, our ice time, because we were the worst ones. It was 9 and 10-year-olds, the worst 9 and 10-year-olds. Our ice time, God bless my parents, was at 4:40 a.m. midweek.
Yeah.
So the parents would have to go drive you to the ice rink at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Randomly.
Dude, this sport probably kills in China.
Dude.
That's not you got to wait.
Dude, I think they have a hockey team out there now, too.
Yeah. I mean, just for the schedule.
Do you know who Wonton Don is?
They can't rest. No. I played for 1 year. I was like 5. And it's the same thing. Like my dad being like...
up to assume you were a goalie. Does that mean?
Well, I wasn't 330 pounds when I was 5. So yes, it is a little fucked up. Okay. I think I was regular size. I just had giant teeth and ears and tits, but and dick. But yeah, same thing. Like 5-year-old, like no one gives a fuck about 5-year-old hockey. And my dad's up like being like, dude, just put your cup on, put your shit to like, come on.
I mean, dude, but those parents that
3 hours of sleep
saw that and then like saw that we were gonna have to get up at 4 a.m. and just decided like, I'm going to see this through for another decade.
Right.
How about all the dads that have to go to the sports store and get a cup for a 5-year-old and act like it's not weird? That
is fucking weird.
That's a crazy move.
Dude, you got to protect those dick and balls, dude.
Yeah, no one's going to believe that it's for your kid. They're going to be like, yeah, it's for you. You just got to be like, yeah, it's for me. I didn't choose my penis. I was gifted a micro.
It feels like at that age, a couple cotton balls would do. You know, a cup at 5. Do we need a cup?
No, dude, I'm happy I had a cup. You know, I want like a fucking army helmet over my shit.
At that age, I feel like
penis. When was the last? Let me ask you guys this: when was the last time you put on a cup?
Youth baseball,
high school football, probably.
High school, huh?
Yeah, because I never played.
I think
football
it's got to be
before.
high school for me. Actually, dude, it might be middle school because I ran cross country and track, so you don't wear a cup during that shit.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I just picture like when they shoot the gun to start the race, they just like shoot you in the cup. Yeah, it's the only reason why you wear it. Like one person every race has to wear a cup because the guy's like, all right, ready.
Could you imagine if someone was shot dead at one of those? Like, there's just
it's had to have been.
Somebody was
done.
Alec Baldwin at a cross country race, dude.
Just a 12-year-old Joe Begley just fucking sprawled out.
Dude, it'd be brutal.
I think that would have been a better way for you anyway.
This fucking camera.
Gone again?
Yeah, here.
So, that's ass.
So unfortunately, the camera will not stop overheating and fucking. It's pissing me off, but we're fucking just catching fire, baby.
We'll do a part 1 and part 2.
Okay, yeah, we'll do a part 1, part 2, no doubt. Or we'll just have you back on in like 2 weeks. We'll fucking do it again.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
But to summarize, I couldn't bust until I was 15.
Crazy.
And it was fucked up because all of my best friends from home are a year or a year and a half, in some cases, younger than me.
Right.
And so like, basically a year. And so like, I was a year older than them. And they were like,
you can't
they were just, that's all we were talking about was just shooting ropes. And I was like, yeah, dude, you guys wouldn't believe what's going on at my house, dude. I'm like, it's crazy, dude, left and right. And I was just lying through my teeth. I'm just like, dude, I've been fucking like 3 times a day, dude. It's been crazy. Yeah. And they
just painting.
They just be like, wow. And then at one point, I think my friend literally called me out. He goes, "You never busted before." And I go, it was like, you know, the bag of sand moment.
I was just thinking that, dude.
The bag of sand moment from the 40-year-old version.
You feel like a bag of sand.
Like the tits. What do the tits feel like? And he goes, bag of sand. They were like, what does cum? They go, what does cum feel like? And I was like, Jello. It feels like Jello. And they were like, he's never fucking come before.
Oh no.
And everybody's just like, Joe's never come. Joe's never come. Joe's never come. Awesome. And I'm like, I've fucking come so many times. You guys don't know.
I'll come right now. You shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, 13 at this point, 14, and I had to wait another year before the first bust, and it was just devastating.
When it happened, were you like, I'm free?
I wasn't like, it wasn't a moment of ecstasy. It was a moment of like, thank fucking God.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I was raised Catholic, so I always thought some horrible shit would happen when I would beat off.
Right.
And then like my fourth time beating off, while I was beating off, my dog got hit by a car and died. And so.
But that climax.
All right.
Yeah.
And that. Okay.
And that wraps us up.
It's a tough call.
Holy fuck. Rest in peace, Rusty, or whatever the
Texas. The dog's name was Texas.
Dude, you come full
The
circle.
dog's name was Texas.
Come
Yeah.
full circle.
We got to end there.
You gotta end it.
All right. Matt Stew. Yes, sir.
Yes, Matt.
I don't know. I just made
Yes,
a noise.
Matt.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Matt.
sir.
Happy to be here, guys.
Big Sam Hunter. Joe Begley. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is the first podcast in the studio. I don't know. It feels like it's good. It's better than fucking yelling at myself in my dad's office at 11 o'clock at night.
Or underneath my neighbor.
Yeah, or underneath your neighbor. Let's go to, what do you say we go to Latchkey?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, showtime. We're going to Latchkey.
Bye.
Drinks on me. Woo!
Have fun editing this shit. Holy fuck.